Hello and welcome to Hatchette's Build the Dalek part 11 to 18. Inside 11 to 14 we've got all the wires and the cogs and all the stuff that is going to make the eye stalk and eventually the dome rotate, as you can see in this picture here. And up to date with 15 to 18 we are continuing the dome rotation, but this time we can finally test out to see how the dome's actually going to rotate. So we've got the wheel and everything hooked up, all the wiring and such, all the metal plates and connecting, and then of course using the tester, which is going to be attached to this little piece here, we can rotate it and see how it's going to look. Be very, very careful, make sure it's stood up, but you get a good glimpse of what the dome is going to look like. Awesome. Inside 18 and 17 we get a completely new piece, which is housing where the mutant is going to sit in this awesome display. I love that added bit of detail with the camera lens there. Absolutely love it. Can't wait to think that we're going to get the mutant in basically the next package. Really cool. If you're a subscriber, we're also going to get free exclusive tin posters in the next one too. Inside the magazine we get the survivors and a look at Ray Cusick's original design, which would have looked like this. So number 12, it's the part 1 of Bad Wolf, and we also get a 6th Doctor vs. the Daleks, showing you that there's much more to the Daleks than on TV. I love this inclusion. Inside 13, we get a lovely introduction to the voices of the Daleks, and of course a breakdown of Jubilee. Inside issue 14, we get a full list and breakdown of all the different Dalek operators, which I utterly love this inclusion. Then of course we continue with Remembrance of the Daleks part 2. Inside issue 15 is part 2 of Day of the Daleks, and of course a complete background of the famous Ogrons. I love the Ogrons, and it's where my favourite quote of all time came from. If you know, you know. And a lovely little background to the Stone Dalek. Issue 16 we start my favourite Dalek story, Power of the Daleks, written by the brilliant David Whittaker, one of my absolute favourite Dalek writers of all time. We continue with the Doctor vs. Daleks, showing you the second Doctor adventures with the Daleks. Love that one. Inside issue 17, we continue with Genesis of the Daleks, part 4, where all the stuff gets going good. And of course, we'll continue into Davros's actual travelling machine. We get a continuation look at the 4th Doctor vs. the Daleks in expanded media. And finally 18, which is Parting of the Ways episode guide, a fantastic 2-part finale this one. And of course we're continuing with a look of the actual Emperor itself, a beautiful design. And so that's it, that's all the one for these past 2 months. I've not really enjoyed the first month, but the second month was absolute massive upgrade. I've really enjoyed this build. Here's to the next.